As I was reviewing some job postings this morning, I suddenly realized that most companies expect graduates not only to have technical knowledge, but also to communicate professionally in English during meetings and workplace discussions.
That realization worries me slightly because even though we studied many subjects in English here at the university, we rarely practice the kind of professional vocabulary that employees use every day in offices.
I completely understand what you mean, because yesterday I watched a video of a job interview and noticed that the candidate used many workplace expressions that sounded natural and confident.
The truth is that we are only a few months away from graduation, and if we want to enter the job market confidently, we need to strengthen our professional English communication skills quickly.
I was thinking about that too. Especially because in many international companies, employees collaborate with colleagues from different countries where English becomes the main language of communication.
That means our ability to speak clearly and professionally in English might actually influence how employers evaluate our potential as future employees.
Exactly, which is why I think we should take this situation seriously and start preparing ourselves before we step into the professional world.
I feel the same way because I want to walk into my first job interview feeling confident that I can express my ideas clearly without struggling to find the right words.
Instead of worrying about our weaknesses, maybe we should turn this challenge into an opportunity to improve together.
That sounds like a smart approach because learning as a group will make the process more enjoyable and motivating.
If we support each other and practice regularly, we might develop the confidence we need before graduation.
I also think we should focus specifically on workplace vocabulary instead of general English, because office conversations follow a very different style.
Then perhaps we should design a structured challenge that focuses on the type of English professionals use in meetings, emails, and project discussions.
The idea of a structured challenge actually sounds exciting because it will give us a clear goal to work toward every day.
If we start today and remain consistent for the next few months, we might graduate not only with our degrees, but also with strong workplace communication skills.
If we truly want this challenge to help us improve, we should create a detailed plan that includes daily practice sessions and specific workplace topics.
I agree completely because having a structured plan will prevent us from studying randomly without actually improving our professional communication skills.
One effective strategy could be focusing on a different workplace topic every day, such as meetings, emails, presentations, teamwork, and project management.
Along with learning vocabulary, we should practice speaking in complete sentences so that our conversations sound natural and professional.
Another helpful idea might be role-playing office situations, where one of us acts as a manager and the others respond like employees during a meeting.
Role-playing will allow us to simulate realistic workplace situations that we might experience after graduation.
Let us also promise that during these practice sessions, we will speak only English so that our minds become accustomed to thinking in that language.
We should also give each other constructive feedback because sometimes other people can notice mistakes that we do not realize ourselves.
Recording our conversations might also help us analyze our pronunciation and improve the clarity of our speech.
Although listening to our own voices might feel uncomfortable at first, it could become one of the most effective ways to improve.
We can also collect useful workplace phrases from articles, videos, and business podcasts.
I recently found a website that explains professional expressions commonly used in corporate environments.
If we combine all these strategies, our challenge might become a powerful preparation for our future careers.
I already feel more motivated, knowing that we are taking proactive steps instead of waiting until graduation to worry about our communication skills.
Then let us officially start our Workplace English Challenge today and promise to support each other until we become confident professionals. Today, our focus will be workplace vocabulary related to meetings, because meetings are one of the most common ways professionals communicate in offices.
One of the most important words in meetings is agenda, which refers to the list of topics that participants plan to discuss during the meeting.
When someone says they want to add something to the agenda, it means they would like to include a new topic in the discussion.
Another phrase we should learn is provide an update, which employees use when they explain the progress of their work or project.
Managers often ask team members to share their progress, especially when they want to evaluate whether a project is moving according to schedule.
In many meetings, people also say, let's move on to the next point, which helps the discussion continue efficiently.
A very common expression is meet the deadline, which means completing a task before the agreed finishing date.
When employees need clarification, they often say something like, could you elaborate on that idea?
Another professional phrase is, I would like to contribute to this discussion, which shows that someone wants to share their perspective.
If someone agrees with another idea, they might say, I completely support this proposal.
During meetings, it is also common to summarize decisions by saying, let us recap what we agreed on.
When discussions become too long, a manager might say, let's keep the conversation focused.
Practicing these expressions regularly will help us sound more professional during workplace meetings.
The more we repeat these phrases in realistic situations, the more naturally they will come to us.
Eventually, we will be able to participate confidently in meetings without feeling nervous about our English.
Thank you everyone for attending this meeting because today we need to review the progress of our marketing project and discuss the next steps.
Before we begin discussing the details, could you please confirm whether the main objective of this meeting is to evaluate our current progress?
Yes, the primary purpose of this meeting is to analyze our progress and ensure that we are on track to meet the upcoming deadline.
I would like to start by providing an update about the research phase because our team recently completed the market analysis.
That sounds encouraging because understanding the market will help us design a stronger strategy.
I would like to add that we also gathered useful data about customer preferences.
Based on that information, we might need to adjust our marketing approach slightly.
Thank you for those insights because they contribute greatly to our discussion.
Perhaps we should also discuss how we plan to divide the remaining tasks among the team members.
I am willing to take responsibility for preparing the presentation slides.
In that case, I can focus on writing the project summary report.
I will coordinate the timeline to ensure that everyone finishes their work before the deadline.
If everyone agrees with this plan, we can move forward with confidence.
Excellent teamwork, everyone, because this collaborative approach will definitely strengthen our project.
Practicing conversations like this really makes me feel more prepared for real workplace meetings.
Today, we are going to practice professional email communication because writing clear and polite emails is one of the most important skills employees need in any workplace environment.
I noticed that in many professional emails, people often start by referring to a previous conversation, which helps provide context for the message they are writing.
That is true. And a very common phrase used in such situations is, I'm writing to follow up on our previous discussion regarding the project proposal.
Another phrase I frequently see in professional emails is, please find the attached document, which politely informs the reader that important information is included in the attachment.
When sending a report or presentation file, employees often say something like, I have attached the updated report for your review and feedback.
If we want someone to check a document carefully, we can write, please review the attached file and let me know if any revisions are required.
Sometimes employees also use the phrase, I would appreciate your feedback, which sounds polite and professional when requesting someone's opinion.
Another useful sentence could be, please feel free to contact me if you require any additional information regarding this matter.
When employees expect a response, they often conclude their emails by writing, I look forward to hearing from you soon.
A slightly more formal variation is, I look forward to your response and appreciate your time and consideration.
It is also important to maintain a respectful tone, which is why phrases like, thank you for your attention to this matter, appear frequently in workplace emails.
I also noticed that professional emails usually end with polite closing expressions, such as best regards, kind regards, or sincerely.
The structure of a professional email usually includes a clear introduction, a concise explanation, and a polite closing statement.
Practicing these expressions will definitely help us write emails that sound professional and confident once we start working in offices.
I am beginning to realize that mastering professional email communication will make collaboration with colleagues and managers much easier in the future.
Today we are going to practice how professionals discuss problems in the workplace, because every organization faces challenges that require clear communication and teamwork to resolve effectively.
In many companies, when a problem appears, the first step employees take is to identify the issue clearly before jumping to conclusions or making quick decisions.
For example, imagine that a project team suddenly realizes that an important task has not been completed even though the deadline is approaching quickly.
In that situation, the team would first need to analyze what caused the delay instead of blaming individuals immediately.
A manager might begin the discussion by saying something like, "Let us carefully review what happened so that we can understand the root of the problem."
Another professional phrase people use in such discussions is, "We need to evaluate the situation and determine the factors that contributed to this issue."
It is also common to hear someone say, "Before we move forward, let us clarify the main challenge we are facing."
Sometimes employees explain the problem by presenting data or evidence so that everyone understands the seriousness of the situation.
In many meetings, a team member might say, "Based on our current progress, it appears that we may not meet the scheduled deadline."
When problems affect a project timeline, teams must quickly communicate the situation to prevent further complications.
Another useful workplace phrase is, "We should assess the impact of this problem on the overall project."
Teams often discuss whether the issue is temporary or if it could cause long-term consequences for the organization.
Professional discussions about problems usually remain calm and focused because emotional reactions rarely lead to effective solutions.
That is why strong communication skills are important when discussing difficult situations with colleagues.
Learning these expressions will help us participate confidently in professional discussions when we encounter challenges in our future workplaces.
Now that we clearly understand the problem affecting our project timeline, let us focus on brainstorming possible solutions that could help us move forward efficiently.
A productive brainstorming session usually encourages everyone to share ideas openly without immediately judging whether the suggestion is perfect.
One possible solution could be redistributing some of the tasks among team members so that the workload becomes more balanced.
Another approach might involve extending the working hours for a short period so that the team can complete urgent tasks before the deadline.
Sometimes teams also consider adjusting the project timeline if the original schedule is no longer realistic.
In professional discussions, people often say, "Let us explore several possible solutions before deciding on the best course of action."
I think it would also be helpful if we prioritize the most important tasks so that we focus our energy on the activities that have the greatest impact.
Another useful workplace phrase is, "We should evaluate the advantages and disadvantages of each proposed solution."
If one idea seems particularly promising, a team member might say, "I believe this option could significantly improve our efficiency."
Collaboration becomes very important during brainstorming sessions because different perspectives often lead to more creative solutions.
In many offices, managers encourage employees by saying, "Your ideas are valuable, so please feel free to contribute to the discussion."
After discussing several options, the team usually decides on the most practical solution that aligns with the project goals.
Once a solution is selected, the next step is to assign responsibilities so that everyone knows exactly what they need to do.
Clear communication during this stage helps prevent confusion and ensures that the team works efficiently.
Practicing these professional problem-solving discussions will prepare us to handle real workplace challenges confidently when we begin our careers.
Thank you for attending this mock interview session today, because practicing realistic interview conversations will help all of us feel more confident when we meet potential employers in the near future.
I appreciate the opportunity to participate in this practice interview, because I believe preparing in advance will help me communicate my skills and experiences more clearly.
To begin the interview, could you please introduce yourself and briefly explain your educational background and professional interests?
My name is Sarah, and I am currently completing my degree in business management at our university, where I have developed a strong interest in project coordination and organizational leadership.
That sounds impressive, and I would like to know what motivated you to pursue a career in the field of business management.
I became interested in this field because I enjoy working with teams, organizing projects, and contributing to strategies that help organizations achieve their goals efficiently.
One important interview question employers often ask is about a candidate's strengths. So, how would you describe your strongest professional qualities?
One of my strongest qualities is my ability to communicate effectively with team members. especially when collaborating on complex projects that require clear coordination.
Employers also like to hear about challenges. So, how would you describe a difficult situation you faced during your studies and how you handled it?
During one group project, we faced serious time pressure, but I helped organize our tasks and encouraged open communication so that our team could complete the project successfully.
That is a great example because it demonstrates leadership, teamwork, and problem-solving abilities.
Another common question interviewers ask is about career goals. So what kind of professional growth are you hoping to achieve in the coming years?
My long-term goal is to develop strong management skills and eventually contribute to projects that help organizations grow and innovate.
Thank you for your thoughtful answers because they demonstrate confidence, preparation, and strong communication skills.
Practicing interviews like this makes me feel much more prepared to present myself professionally during real job interviews.
1. When we first started this Workplace English Challenge a few months ago, I never imagined how much our confidence and communication skills would improve.
I remember feeling nervous about speaking English in professional situations, but now I feel much more comfortable expressing my ideas clearly.
The daily practice sessions really helped us understand how professionals communicate in meetings, emails, and workplace discussions.
I also feel that learning practical vocabulary made a huge difference because now many workplace expressions feel natural when we speak.
Practicing role plays and mock interviews allowed us to experience realistic workplace situations before actually entering the job market.
One of the best parts of this challenge was supporting each other and learning together as a team.
Our teamwork during these practice sessions reminded me that professional success often depends on collaboration and communication.
Now when I imagine attending a real job interview, I feel excited instead of anxious.
I believe employers will notice our confidence when we communicate professionally during interviews and workplace conversations.
Improving our English skills has not only prepared us for jobs, but also expanded our opportunities in international environments.
This challenge proved that consistent practice and determination can lead to significant improvement in a short period of time.
I am proud of all of us because we transformed our concerns about English into motivation to improve.
Soon we will graduate and begin the next chapter of our lives as young professionals.
No matter where our careers take us, the skills we develop together will continue helping us succeed.
Today we celebrate not only our upcoming graduation, but also the confidence we gained while preparing for our future careers.